This is what the largest plane on Earth looks like now. What was once the most outstanding achievement of engineers now is a pile of electronics and debris lying under the destroyed hangar. AN-225 was the only plane of its kind, the largest plane that could deliver tons of weight without trouble. But the history behind this plane is more fascinating than you think. In the 80s, the two rival superpowers, the Soviet Union and the USA, are competing for space domination. Only one can be the winner. And Americans had a card up their sleeve to take the lead in this race. The first space shuttle, STS-1 Columbia, that they launched in 1981, ultimately getting ahead of their enemy. But the Soviet Union wasn't going to give up. They immediately began planning and manufacturing the parts of the first Soviet space shuttle. All of the Union was working on this ambitious goal that should be achieved in Baikonur, Kazakhstan, a place where all Soviet rockets launched into space. Energia Buran is the name of the shuttle. But there was a problem. They couldn't deliver all the components because they were too big for train wagons to carry. At first, they converted 1950s-era bombers for the job, but soon realized they'd need a much bigger plane for this task. Their first plane was AN-124 Ruslan, a working horse of Soviet aviation, which could carry tons of cargo. However, even this plane wasn't gonna cut it. They needed the same plane but better. As a result, they got what's known today as AN-225. It solved the Union's issue and transported Energia Buran components from one place to another with no problem. But engineers had other plans for it too. They wanted the plane to be able to launch spacecraft directly into space from mid-air. Yes, the AN-225 was so powerful it could lift the whole space shuttle on its back. But it didn't last long. By the end of the 80s, the Soviet government was practically bankrupt and couldn't afford more Buran missions. Both the aircraft and space shuttle remained in storage until the collapse of the Soviet Union. An AN-225 remained in Kiev, Ukraine, where it was made.